I would like to extend to all of you my greetings and best wishes. I would like also to avail of this opportunity to congratulate and express my deepest gratitude to the organizers of this beautiful reception, the distinguished representatives of the Federation of Balkan Americans and Rutgers University. I thank them for bringing together a very prominent political, intellectual and public figure in order to foster a fresh thinking in finding ways and means to peace, harmony and prosperity in the Balkans and within the Balkan American community. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in a world that is shrinking day by day, and in a world where the different cultures, ethnicities, religions have to encounter one another ever more, as with the advancement of globalization, the borders disappear and no nation remains immune to interaction with the others. Making such an encounter a productive one and avoiding possible clashes between different ethnicities and cultures require extreme attention. Failing to do so has unfortunately cost many lives in the Balkans, in the heart of Europe, only little more than a decade ago. At the root of those clashes were the lack of understanding of the self and the lack of understanding and respect for the others. Today, as a direct or indirect result of these clashes, there are quite many Balkan Americans living in the United States, where they came to find tranquility and prosperity in this country. It is a responsibility for all of us, the regional and international organizations, the Balkan states, and most importantly, civil society and academic institutions like the FIBA and Rutgers University, to help the Balkan Americans successfully integrate into the American society. The better and faster they do, the more they will benefit the American society, and the stronger and better representatives of their homelands they will be in this country. On part of the Organization of Islamic Conference, which is the second international intergovernmental organization of the United Nations, with its 57 countries, among them 2 countries who belong partly or historical to the Balkans, Turkey and Albania, and 5 observers where Bosnia-Herzegovina and the Russian Federation has recently become an observer. On behalf of OIC, I would like to say that OIC has been quite active in contributing to the establishment of peace and prosperity in the Balkans. The Balkan Americans live here in this continent, in Pax Americana, in harmony, peace and welfare, similar to the historic experience of the Pax Ottomana, when for centuries harmony, coexistence and tolerance prevailed in the Balkans. When commonalities and shared values take precedence over differences, we should not be worried about the future of the Balkans and Balkan diasporas elsewhere. As I conclude my remarks, once again I thank you all for your ceaseless efforts to promote a productive regional and international cooperation in bringing peace and prosperity to the Balkans, the solidarity and sense of identity among the Balkan Americans. Thank you for your attention. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Isanoglu. Now, please give a warm welcome to the Foreign Affairs Minister of Republic of Albania, His Excellency Ilir Meta.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me to represent Albanian government and my country tonight here, because I represent a country which 20 years ago was the most isolated country in Europe. It was a country which was not surrounded from partners, but from enemies, according to the mentality of the Cold War and of the time. But today I do represent a country which is a new member of NATO, a country which is very ambitious to open the negotiations as soon as possible for membership into the European Union, and a country which is working very closely with all neighboring countries and with all the countries in the region without any exclusion, in order to invest all our efforts for joining to the European Union, which means a lot for all our citizens and which means a lot for lasting peace and prosperity in our region. And Balkan has changed completely in the last 20 years, and in particular in the last 10 years, thanks to a very strong commitment of the United States and of the European Union, but thanks to a very strong efforts and increased awareness of our people and of our countries and of our governments in the Balkan, in order to guarantee a common future for all our citizens despite of ethnic belonging. In the past, our region was a very bad example for our continent, but also for the world, for the fact that ethnic divisions, religion confrontations were serving for conflicts and for huge sacrifices that left our region backwarded from the rest of the continent. But now I think that we have learned that we can be prosperous only by respecting our differences, by tolerating our diversities, and we know that all our nations in the region are somewhere majority and are somewhere minority. And the only way to go ahead and to live in prosperity is for all of us to use the same standards, to respect always the minorities, and to be aware that the standards that of minorities in our countries are